chose again. A different story, different way. Will you find your happiness? Or more of just the same? More of just the same. 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 Say you chose again. A different story, different way. Will you find your happiness? Or more of just the same? More of just the same. 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 Just the same.
Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to some more 0 Hour. Today we've got some super epic games between BoYcaH and GooGle. I believe it's a best of 9. And today the tournament is a 0 Hour 1v1 Pro Champions Cup. So be first to win 5 games. There is a pretty decent prize for the person who wins this tournament. This is the semi-final. There were a number of people in this tournament. I will show you the bracket in just a moment. But for now, we're just going to log in online and see if both players are here. So yeah, first of all, first things first. I got a few things to say actually, a few cool updates and stuff. Yeah, first of all, apologies for being late. It's supposed to have started 15 minutes ago. But I am actually running a little bit late, and I might actually have to just dash out of the room for 30 seconds in like any time in the next 10 minutes. Hence, I don't have the webcam on just yet. But if you want to see my pretty face, you want to see my pretty lights and stuff in the background, then I'll more than happily put the webcam on for you later. Yeah, so a few cool updates for you. I have been working on, well... the 0 Hour remaster petition that I've been promising you for years, months, weeks. I actually did start working on it just recently. Wrote a really nice paragraph and stuff. And we've run into a few obstacles with the 0 Hour petition. So for anyone who's not familiar with this, we're going to try and basically make a petition, trying to get like 10,000 signatures against it. Send it to EA Games and ask for a remaster or like a sequel to 0 Hour. That's basically the line of thought. And when I put out that post, it was super popular on I wrote a community post on YouTube. Got loads of feedback and loads of people on the comments asking me to do it. So basically, I've been researching it since and about how the best way we can do it. And the first website that sprang to mind was change.org. So that's like the most popular petition website to my knowledge in the world. But the downside with that is I quickly found out it's actually banned in some countries. So it's actually banned in the UAE. Something happened in 2018, and the UAE didn't like it. I can't remember what it was to do with, actually. I think it's something to do with the environment or something. And the UAE banned change.org in their country. So, like, GooGle, I think, is from the UAE. So he wouldn't be able to sign the petition, for example. And I think a few other 0 Hour followers or viewers in the channel are definitely from the UAE too. So that's change.org out straight away. So then I was looking for the next best thing. So there was 2 other websites. There was gopetition.com, which I decided was not a very good website. And then there was another website called the petitionsite.com. So I was basically working on a petition there. But then I thought at the end of it, in order to sign it or to sign any petition, you need to give your address. You need to give your full name and your full address. And when I read the privacy details of the petitionsite.com, it's run by like a parent company called care2.com. And basically they say within there that they have two things they can do with your data. They can pass it to marketing teams, and they can also pass it to governments if there's like a national security threat. And I thought it was kind of okay, but then again, do we really want 10,000 people or however many people are going to sign it to be given this amount of data to these people that we don't even know, we don't trust? So I'm kind of against using a petition site now, especially since they're mainly focused on like the environment and stuff like that, saving whales and saving dolphins, saving turtles and all kind of stuff like that. We're just trying to save a 2003 game. It kind of doesn't fit, does it? So I'm kind of against petition sites now. So what I've come up with, my latest idea, is we will do some kind of super epic video, like a 10-minute montage of all the most amazing parts of 0 Hour Casino featured. We will put some cool 0 Hour music to it, and we will do it as a video, and we will like it and share it and comment it, and we will, if you're not following me on social media already, I suggest you do that, because when we do this, it won't just be like a video put out or a petition put out and it'll just magically happen. We'll have to apply pressure from all angles. So I'm thinking like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I've recently made an account on there. If you want to follow me on those platforms, when we do this, which hopefully be in the next couple of months or whatever, we will make as much noise to EA Games as possible by all channels. It won't just be a one and done thing. So yeah, I'm going to need your help on that. Let me know in the comments, either on this live stream or the chat or whatever, what you think. But that's basically where I am, yeah. I've got a nice petition wrote. It's all very nice, and I've got loads of stats and stuff like that to back up our case, but I just don't know whether we want to be giving all our addresses and data to these companies that, to be honest, I don't really trust. So, yeah, that's that. So, yeah, we've got a best of 9 here. Back to the games. Best of 9. Google's going to pick the map, and they will either do matchups or they will do random versus random with no reverse. Or maybe they can do random reverse if they agree it. I think if they agree it. Someone said I opened a beer already. It's not actually. It's a Monster energy drink. Usually I have the no sugar one. But today I'm on the full sugar one. Usually it's actually scientifically proven. When I have a can of Monster before a live stream, I give guaranteed the best commentary out of all my videos when I have a can of Monster. It's like, it's not even just psychological. It's like, it's not even just in my head. It's scientifically proven. When I don't, and when I'm a bit tired, then my commentary is not the greatest. Yo, the Abundant World, welcome, man. Yo, Metty, yo, No Money, yo, Nick Pine. Someone said, wow, Domi's on 14,000 subs. 14,500, actually. Don't forget the 500, okay? We're approaching 15k. What other updates have we got while these are choosing the map? Yeah, there's a few other tournaments still going on. There's a 2v2 tournament. Me and BoYcaH is still in, although we did lose one game particularly badly. Whatever updates. After this stream, if I've got time after this stream, if these games don't go super long, if you want to hang around, I'm probably going to play Iron Harvest from the beginning. This is a brand new RTS game. It's got base building included. It's a bit like Company of Heroes. It's got amazing graphics. From what I've seen so far, the gameplay is pretty good. You can't compare it to 0 Hour. It's a completely different game, but it's an RTS and it's base building. So if you want to hang around after these games, I will probably be playing that. I'll be right back. 30 seconds. Alright, I'm back. Okay, yeah, that was my little trip away for 30 seconds, so now I'm free. Mo Money said, did I go to college? Yeah, well, in my country, you go to school till 16, and then you have college like right after it from 16. I stayed there till I was 19, but did I go to university? No, I didn't. I was going to do. But in the end, I pulled out at last minute. Which I I don't regret it, to be honest. I'm happy with my, I'm happy with the way things turned out. Or maybe things would have turned out better the other way, but as of right now, I'm doing pretty well. That said, I do want to become a full-time streamer. I just want to play computer games all the time. I don't want to work. But we're a long way from that. We'll just get Google to choose Cyan. And then we're off. First to win 5 games, guys. Best of 9. This is the semi-final. It looks like they've agreed random, I think. USA versus Stealth, pretty balanced. The map here is Skara, or Skara, however you're supposed to say it. Skara, I think it is. And we have Google in the north. I'm going to change it to the new observer mode after. I'm going to have to write it on my hand or something because I always forget. Google in the north with a cyan. He is USA Vanilla. And then in the south, we have BoYcaH, legendary BoYcaH in the red with the GLA Stealth. I'm sure Google is going to... BoYcaH is going to feel delighted with this matchup. I think he really likes GLA, and he really likes GLA against USA, like any kind of form. So I think this will be good for BoYcaH, but also Google's USA is very, very good. So basically what I'm trying to say is you're watching a super high-level game here. I'll just make sure my game sounds is fine. It should be... Oh, it's a little bit low. Tell me if the game sounds are too loud or whatever. It should be bang on. I think when I usually have it around there, about 75%. It's usually perfect for you guys on the other side, but let me know if, however it is. Cranky Monkey, yo. How are you doing? Welcome. Cranky Monkey, for anyone that doesn't know, is a Twitch streamer. She streamed 0 Hour for a while, and we still need to do some collaboration. Maybe we'll do a 2v2v2 or something, Cranky Monkey. You'll have to message me and we'll have to sort it out because I think it'd be pretty fun. I think people would like it. Maybe you want to play Casino. Anyway, back to the game. We've got Google. He's done a standard build order War Factory Barracks in the top right, and he has boxed in his dozer. There is a stream delay today, so there will be no stream sniping. It is like a minute and a half or a minute and 40 seconds, so there will definitely be no advantage from stream sniping. Got a tunnel in the middle from BoYcaH, and pretty safe build order all around. He's got a tunnel at both supplies. That's one thing that BoYcaH is really good at, is just protecting his workers. He's always got tunnels by his workers, as well as terrorists, and then also somehow manages to get in a position out on the map as well. So he's got a forward position in the middle of the map here, and he's tried to go for it on the left, but that one is going to get denied. So for the first worker, almost got run over. Now, one pro thing that Google could have done there, he could have force-fired that building to stop the worker going inside of it, because the worker can only repair it. I've started doing that lately if Google wants to up his game. One thing he could have done, and it maybe change that engagement, but that technical came anyway, and the worker is going to get finished, actually. The worker is going to finish the tunnel. So yeah, BoYcaH might have been able to save that anyway, but if he force-fired it, it could have stopped the worker going inside of it. Firebase on the left-hand side from Google, and the V there to protect it as well with a drone. I'm not sure if this missile defender here from Google is going to achieve anything, but the Google can't really do anything to save it. There is a sneaky worker right in the corner over here. TNT from BoYcaH, and he was too slow with the TNT there because Google was able to repair it just even a little tiny bit. The War Factory's actually survived. So this is now really suiting Google, I think, with a failed TT. That's quite a big investment. Lost the tech as well. The terrorist in there costs 800 and the technical costs 500. 1400 in total loss at this stage in the game is quite big, especially when the critical or massive V's is now out, and that's just going to charge straight down the middle of the map. No garrison inside of that one. That probably would have come in handy, but BoYcaH probably didn't foresee this coming. He's now going to go back to his base. I think BoYcaH is going to try to defend this. I think he kind of has to. I don't think you can go for the base trade here. I think Google maybe has too much back at home as well. He's got a fire base on the left. BoYcaH's barracks is now going down. Laser lock from Google here, 1v taken out, and so far 2 technicals taken out, but I think this is enough from BoYcaH. BoYcaH will now be able to clear this up, and that's going to be bad news for Google then. It looks like he didn't bring enough missile defenders with him. He just sent a load of MTVs, or mostly MTVs. He sent some missile defenders, but most of them, there was about, what, like 5 or 6, which got picked off pretty quick. He's killing some workers here, a little bit of a consolation prize. BoYcaH's losing the middle building. He's also getting the oil on the left and the right. Now, if those oils come in and all these V's are cleared up, which they are, it looks super good in my view for Google. Google's going to try and sacrifice a V. Now, would you do that? I think it's still probably worth it. You've given XP to the opponent, and he's going to scrap up another tech as well. But he has delayed the oil cap, and he might actually just kill it in the end anyway, so he might stop it. I think it is worth it, considering how many V's he's got left back at home. This building here is going to get killed. Facey in the chat says Google 5, BoYcaH 4. That's his prediction. Stephen Hanweg said, you know the pro player better than me. Wouldn't it be interesting to switch for some best of 11 or best of 9 or something to mods like Shockwave or Rise of the Reds? None of his pro players play any mods, to be honest. So, yeah, I mean, you'd probably have to pay them to transfer over to another game. You'd have to put a big tournament with a decent amount of money. But I don't know. You just fragment the community even more if you send them over to mods. I'm not sure how many people play those mods, how many games you can find online and stuff. I think keep the community where it is because it's already not the biggest community, is it? This tunnel here from BoYcaH is pretty good. Going right around the firebase. Just wanted to have a closer look at that firebase. Now this dozer's going to get picked off. This is a decent tunnel here from BoYcaH. Google's going to be pissed losing that one. He's pulled his Chinooks pretty quick. And Google is doing pretty well inside of BoYcaH's base. That main tunnel has gone down now. The ToW upgrade is finished. The ToW missile upgrade, rather. BoYcaH's coming back to defend this, but I'm not sure what is inside them technicals. If they are empty and he's doing them single fire. Ooh. Nice. Picked off 2 Vs there with a Terratech signature BoYcaH move. And he's got some RPGs inside of here as well. BoYcaH's playing super well. Considering the pressure he's under here, he is playing super good. But Google is also doing very well, all things considered. He's made a strategy center back in his base, so these have got extra range now. They're harder to kill. But with enough tech, you still might be able to pick these off. BoYcaH realizing there's too many missile defenders inside of there. And now he is going back. I don't know who you would give the advantage to right now. I think the advantage is still BoYcaH, but he's not in a decent place. Maybe you could say this game is 50-50. Definitely looks like a 50-50 situation, and I think BoYcaH definitely needs to get Jarman. And then what would you do with the Jarman? You probably put the Jarman on a bike. And you probably want to get him to like Vet 3. Because, I mean, if you get a Vet 3 Jarman on a bike, it's just GG. I mean, just might as well quit right there, Google. Of course, I'm only messing. And no offense to BoYcaH, because sometimes he might watch this back and think I'm offending him, but I'm not. I'm only joking. Have to caveat that. I did miss a donation. Bleep Bloop. Thank you for the donation, man. Much appreciated. $3. Thank you very much. Google's now micro MVs in 2 positions. Doing pretty well. Clearing these tunnels as well as fighting off BoYcaH in his main base. So Google is actually turning things around. Did look not the greatest of situations. But somehow now he's back in it. And now I'd actually give the advantage definitely back to Google because he's now back collecting on 2 supplies. His base is super, super compact like SimCity. And he's still got a dozer alive. CC's going up. BoYcaH's second supply is now under threat. So it's all going to be survival mode here from BoYcaH if he wants to, or if he intends to win this game now. Jarman is out. Just need a bike now. It's looking a little bit laggy. We've got 23 ping. Jarman and buggies. That's a decent combo that you want against this. However, one buggy just get sniped, and the other buggy I think has just come out and instantly gone down. But the Vs are being thinned out, but there is another army of Vs coming down this left-hand side. So Google definitely way ahead. I think BoYcaH is on his last legs, actually. He does still have his oil. And he does technically have 2 supplies still, but this one's not collecting anymore. BoYcaH's just going to sell that supply. He's on 3,500, so he's not completely out of this. But BoYcaH, what he needs is, besides Vet 3 Shaman on the bike, he needs several buggies out. He needs like probably minimum 4 A10 level 3 coming across now. And that palace is going to go down so fast. Nicely played there by GooGle. GG, GGG. GGGG means good game. Great good game. Yeah, GG. Well played to GooGle. Takes game number 1. 1-0. So yeah, first to win 5 games. Sonic in the chat says 5-2 for GooGle, very easy. I think if it's random all the way through, I think it will come down to the armies. So, but that said, GooGle did display amazing there. Okay, so 1-0 to GooGle. Needs 4 more for victory, and BoYcaH needs 5. BoYcaH his text got messed up, otherwise it's an easy game. GooGle says LOL. Sounds like Fargo. Okay, let's see what map BoYcaH is going to pick. Maybe Canyon of the Dead? BoYcaH wants the first strike. Which is this one. Okay, GLA against Super Weapon on this map. I think you have to say the advantage goes to GLA. But it's kind of a weird map because... yeah, it's not often played this one. You probably haven't seen this one before, or many times at least. We've got BoYcaH in the north with the Super Weapon General in the red, and then in the south we've got GLA Vanilla for GooGle in the cyan. I did say I was going to change to the Observer mode, and I have forgotten once again. So I do apologize for that. And basically the observer mode just hides most of this. You can see more of the map. So then, what is BoYcaH going to do here? He looks like he's going to do 2 supplies, or maybe he's going to try and get the oils. It's either going to be a barracks there or a supply. Going for a supply there, I think, is very risky because all it takes is GooGle to put 1 RPG in any one of these buildings and you're pretty much rendered useless in terms of collecting from that supply. Unless you're going to ranger drop or flashbang them. Pretty much say it's not going to happen. GooGle's going to go for 2 supplies, pretty standard build order, but his second supply is quite late. 2 workers going over there, but GooGle does have a more aggressive tunnel here and also on this left-hand side. This worker's going to be under threat. Those is going to try and run that over. And then this one looks like he's probably going to get up. I don't think BoYcaH's going to spot that. This is something that you see in top players do. We see Size do it very often, just do a tunnel right in front of the base. And you think, oh yeah, there's no way that's going to get up. But actually, often it does get up, especially when Size does it. He'll just like plonk a tunnel right in front of your base, and usually it gets up. So against the USA as well, of all things. So that tunnel is up now, and that's the whole focus point for BoYcaH now. Well, it should be. His power's going to go down, so that tunnel's already paid for itself. This worker has been killed, but BoYcaH's now going to realize that he's got a tunnel right here, which is going to be pretty hard to deal with. Power going up here for BoYcaH now, so that's a pretty protected one. He's also triangle boxed his other dozer in. It's going to pick off, hopefully, a worker there for him. No. The Rangers here probably clear this back up, but they'll go back inside of the tunnel, and the tunnel will defend them. We've got a worker going across the bridge. And these Rangers need to go back. And they will be useful, I think, just to kind of hold the RPGs off, but BoYkaH's just kind of wasted in there. But this is where it will become dicey, is where if he just pops one RPG and goes in one of them buildings, it's real hard to collect then. Okay, technical from Google. Is he going to TT? He is, and the V pretty close, but actually picks off a terrorist. Is there another terrorist inside of there? No, there's not. Don't think so. No, there's no more terrorists inside of there. So that's actually pretty good for BoYkaH, but that said, he has a tech RPG now inside of his base. Common combination for a GLA attack from a pro player is tech RPG and a tech terror at the same time, or one after the other. And BoYkaH, I think he can hold this, you know. I think he can. Look at all these RPGs wasted here from Google. He's going to try and pick off this worker, which he is going to do successfully. And everything has been cleared up. Everything has been cleared up from Google's attack so far. There is a rebel on a bike, not a Jarman on a bike. Do not get them too confused. Got a tunnel being built across the bridge. Would it be worth it for BoYkaH to collect from one of those piles as well as that with the two Chinooks? You could do that. 1v going to get picked off here. This is where it's going to become hard in my view, because all it will take is one RPG to go inside of these. But Google has not done that yet. Maybe he didn't realize fully that he could have done that, or that BoYkaH had even taken that as a second supply. But look now BoYkaH cannot collect. So BoYkaH's going to have to now collect from the other supply, but there's already a tunnel there. Is BoYkaH going to pull that Chinook? It doesn't look like it. He's losing HP on those, which he does not want to do. BoYkaH has not realized. He has realized now. Luckily, that's just in time, because both of them have still got the 100% movement. Google's now collecting on a third supply, which is actually BoYkaH's, and he's actually moving his Chinooks over there. And now BoYkaH has gone inside of the main base of Google, whilst Google's gone in the main base of BoYkaH. Going to be a base trade situation. I'd say this situation probably favors BoYkaH, because once the GLA base goes down, you can come back to your main base and you'll win the head-on engagement versus this. That doze is a little bit open. I think maybe they can be hit there. And this doze is here as well, though. And BoYkaH's gone inside that building. Looking pretty bad for Google now, because Google's main base going down. Does want to kill that technical without losing any Vs to the splash damage. Yeah, if you can keep it English in the chat, then do it if you speak it. I don't mind if it's like 90% English, because most people on my channel probably don't understand Russian and some other languages. So if you can keep it English, if you know English, it'd be cool if you could talk that. But if not, I don't mind the odd like 5-10% of a different language, because I appreciate some people from Russia do watch this channel. There's a big following in Russia, so if they can only talk Russian, then I mean, what can they do? So Google is rebuilding his arms dealer back here. He's still on 2 supplies. Actually 3 supplies. He's got that one as well. He's getting a second oil as well. So, but it's just this army from BoYkaH. Is he going to be able to deal with that? Nice V micro there from BoYkaH, and that's exactly what he's going to need. These Vs are getting more and more vetted up, and BoYkaH is now collecting from a second supply. He also has a spare Chinook back here, but fair enough to him, because he's microing these Vs really, really well. John Burford says, can Jarman on a bike shoot whilst he's on the bike? Yes, he can. He doesn't have to get off it. So Google's rebuilding his main base. He's already getting towards a palace, so I'd say he's in a strong position. But the oils are going down. BoYkaH's collecting long distance from over there. Still got that Chinook sitting there doing nothing, though. He definitely needs to be collecting from one of these piles eventually when he realizes, but I think it might be off the map for him. Sometimes you have to recorrect the camera to see that. So that might be what's going on there. So yeah, Google's getting to a palace, and like buildings-wise, he's in a good position. Tech-wise, in a good position. But army-wise, BoYkaH is far, far ahead. And if that palace gets picked off, I would say BoYkaH is definitely way ahead. What BoYkaH could actually do is just go inside of these buildings now and pick off that supply from Google. You can kill it in the long run.
awesome last few weeks of streaming Domi.
010 King G, thank you very much for the donation, my man. Thanks for your comment. It means a lot. Much, much appreciated. GG from Google. BoYcaH takes game number 2, we could say, with an imbalanced matchup as well.
You have been defeated.
Super Weapon against GLA. Super Weapon prevails. Google did not veto that. There is a veto allowed in this tournament. So a veto basically means if you don't like the armies upon the loading screen, when you get in the game, you can just say veto and you can just quit. Fallen Angel from Myanmar says big shout out to me. Thank you very much, man. Shout out to you too. Vinayak, welcome. Cyrus D, welcome. Facey wants to co-commentate. Nah, just me tonight.
Domi, I want to add a prize for this set. I sent you an email.
Yo, Towley, thank you for the donation. I'll read your email. Just replying to Towley. Okay, Google wants TD Resurrection. So the prize pool has been increased thanks to Towley. Solomon TD Resurrection. So basically, Towley has emailed me. Massive shout out to him. I'm going to go back to the observer mode whilst I remember. Just 1 second. So yeah, Towley has emailed me. He has sponsored a few challenges, but actually one challenge before that I've been involved in. Did I stream it? Yeah, I think I streamed his challenge. So basically, $100 has been added to this prize. So this is only the semi-final. This is only the semi-final, so there isn't actually a prize for who wins this set. This is not the actual grand finals. The grand finals will win like $250 if they go on to win the tournament. And they'll probably face like XCal or who else is in the tournament. Can't remember who else is in the tournament. We'll have to look at the bracket after. It may well end up being XCal. But yeah, basically to this set, it was only a semi-final, so no one would really get any money from this as normal. But Towley has messaged me saying $100 will now go to the prize pool of whoever wins this set, this best of 9. And he'll make a donation to me as well. So thank you very much, Towley. Much appreciated. Keeping the game alive. Ooh, laser against nuke. That's painful. It's part of taking random, and this happened to me when I played BoYcaH in this tournament as well. Oh, what the hell has happened here, man? What the... What's going on there? What the hell?
You have been defeated.
I don't know if I can play like that. What the... What the hell is going on with that? I think you know what it might be. I think I uninstalled Gentle and reinstalled it. want to try and fix that 1 second. Yeah, Excal or Shay, I believe it will be. The next don't know if you can hear that. There's lightning outside my house. Right, I'm just fixing the observer mode because I kind of would like to stream like that so you can see more of the screen. I need to copy and paste these files. Just bear with me 2 seconds. It will be worth it, I think, just to sort out this. I need to paste in here. It's going to reboot the game. Okay, I believe I fixed it. Let's just test, we'll just test one game just to make sure that it displays okay. Actually, you can't do it like that. Let's just go in with this game. If it's a black bar, then we'll have to just go back to the old one eventually, but we'll cast at least this next game. Don't want to wait too long between games. I think what screwed things up was that I had to reinstall Gentool at some point due to a Windows update. Windows update tends to wreck everything. Right, TD Resurrection. There we go. So yeah, BoYcaH used his veto there. Ah, it's still screwed up, isn't it? Ah, that's bad. Don't know why that's doing it. Maybe I'll need to get help off someone who knows what they're doing with this observer bar. But it's actually now worse than a normal game. Why is that appearing? That's so weird, man. Don't know if I can deal with that for too long. Okay, so in the south we've got GooGle. Tournament Desert Resurrection is kind of a modified version to... Actually, I might have to put it like that. Kind of a modified version of the normal Tournament Desert. You have this extra supply and it's also snow. He's in the south with the GLA Toxin, so he's got a big advantage here against BoYcaH, who's in the Super Weapon General in the red. Again, Super Weapon. Not great against Tox. You could probably say Tox is going to win this. But BoYcaH did just win Super Weapon against GLA, so maybe he can pull this one off too. Might have to put that back on every now and again just to see the mini-map. But yeah, my game is completely screwed here. So yeah, Tournament Desert Resurrection is the map. We've got a worker building a tunnel on the left-hand side. Worker also building a tunnel in the middle, and that one probably will get up. Google's going to get both of his tunnels up that he intended to. BoYcaH's not going to be able to get any crushes just yet. Technical down the left-hand side. Probably going to be a tech RPG, I think. Yeah, going to be tech RPG. Going to try and pick off the dozer, but I don't think it will get it, actually. I think it's a little bit too far away. And Google's now probably going to drop off some terrorists. Going to pick off the power. So that has set BoYcaH back a little bit. BoYcaH not rebuilding his power just yet. Usually you want to start it just before. BoYcaH's now going to pick off these RPGs, but does lose a little bit of HP on the V, but not too much damage. I mean, taking the power is not completely bad at all, but it does slow you down a bit. It costs you 800. Tech RPG push on this left-hand side, and those Vs are going to pretty much get trapped now. The well, they're going to have to run away at least. These Chinooks are in danger. BoYcaH does not want to engage that. It looks a little bit hesitant, but he definitely does not want to engage that. But BoYcaH is going to be pushed off the second supply, so this is why it is favored for Tox. Quite easily just push off the super weapon off one supply. Just the tech RPG push like this, quite hard to deal with. 2 V's gone down so far. I think only 1 technical. Ambulance going down as well. This is going all inside of Google's way so far. Lays lock here does come in, and BoYcaH's going to be able to collect again on this second supply. The hero site says it's super weapon just bad because the units are more expensive. Or are they weaker? They're not weaker, they're just more expensive. So V's 850 compared to like laser or normal USA where they're 700. But I mean, even USA where your V's are $150 cheaper, your main unit is $150 cheaper, Tox is probably still considered stronger because the tunnels and the RPGs and the techs are just all so strong. I mean, just to get super weapon with the more expensive Vs just kind of tops it off. It's super, super hard. So yeah, Tox versus USA or laser would probably be more balanced. But I'd still favor Tox, to be honest. But yeah, none of the units are weaker. As far as I know, anyway. Decent TT there from Google. Does pick off one of BoYcaH's dozers, and I think that's his last dozer actually, because the other one I'm not quite sure where it was. I know it had low HP over here eventually, but I didn't actually remember seeing it get completely finished. BoYcaH's going to try and push out, but pretty much wherever he goes is going to be hard time because these tunnels are so strong. Plenty of tentacles out now for Google. Google has not realized that he's got a spare supply over on this left side. Even though he picked this map. Ranges on the right side will be a little bit useful, but I really think this is just a matter of time. I mean, it's going to take the most amazing miracle plays from BoYcaH to try and win this, I think. I just don't understand why we can't see the rest of the map. I honestly don't. Oh, man. Maybe someone can message me on Discord if you know what this issue is. The only thing that's changed, I think I've reinstalled Gentle, so... One V does go down, another V is going to go down. This is real bad. TT, probably from Google, going to take out the War Factory. Nicely played from Google. War Factory just go down. So now every V that goes down from this point onwards just cannot be replaced. Google's already on a palace, but he's still not on that supply. But he's got a worker there ready to take that supply now. big engagement here. But remember, now the ambulance has gone down. That cannot be replaced. These Vs are not going to be able to heal as they normally would with an ambulance. BoYcaH hasn't actually finished that tunnel, so does he want to finish that? I mean, every moment that he delays here, this is impossible to win. This V's has been thrown away as well, so that's GG, I think, there. BoYcaH's maybe going to stay to the end. I think back when BoYcaH was learning, he got a tip from Rage, and Rage probably told him to stay to the very end and always fight to the very last unit, and BoYcaH always does that. I'm only guessing there, but I reckon that's something Rage taught him. But yeah, that was done since a few minutes ago. So 2-1 is the score. Oh, not to BoYcaH though. It's actually 2-1 to Google. Right, I'm going to relog my game because I have no idea what's going on here, to be honest. See, I've just gone back to the normal game, so we're just going to have the normal control bar at the bottom. Summer Arena. Oh, China Mirror on Summer Arena. This is a nice matchup and nice map for it as well. Vanilla Access, does the Gamma upgrade affect buggies too, like RPG and Stinger? That's a good question, actually. I actually don't know. Yeah, I actually don't know that. Maybe someone wants to test. I'm sure Jundy will know if Jundy's in the chat, or if Jundy's ever watching this. He always messages me on Discord when I call out Jundy for his stats. Okay, let's see who's going to win this one. A little bit of trash talk between the players. Google reckons he is the master of China Mirror. I actually really like China Mirror. I love to play it. A really enjoyable matchup, and I actually love to watch it as well. Hopefully you guys do too. Well, regardless if you do or not, we've got one today. So we've got Google in the south. Summer Arena is the map, and he is China Vanilla. BoYcaH knows it. It's all about the supply placement. Is Google's going to be perfect? In the north, we also have BoYcaH with a China Vanilla. He is in the red. It's funny that BoYcaH says it's all about the supply placement. It took him about 5 years to realize that. Because I used to watch him for many years, and he would always mess up the supply placement. But I do agree it's all about the supply placement. Because if you do it correctly, you boost your supplies by like, what? Something like 20 or 25% of stuff or something, and you get... your units out faster at different times. So yeah, if you mess up your supply placement, it can be the difference between you getting out a flamer like 3 seconds or 4 seconds earlier, and that can make all the difference in the early game, and then it all just kind of snowballs from there. So we've got a flamer and an outpost. You know, I said that because it's the most common thing. I've been watching China Mirrors for many years. Flamer and an outpost. Before I even seen the flamer, I already said it. There should be a flamer and outpost from BoYcaH as well. It's always the first two units that you always see. I think they're the strongest two in a China Mirror. Watch this matchup many, many times. But then it comes down to the control between these two units. So if you think if there was a GAT mixed in here, what would a GAT really be able to do against that or against the Flamer? It wouldn't be able to do very much. So I think the Flamer and the Outpost are the keys to victory here. But both people have lost their Outpost here, and both lost the... that's actually a complete 50-50 engagement, but BoYkaH's Flamer is actually closer to the main base of Google, because they've both got exactly the same amount of HP, and both Outposts went down, and both guys inside of it went down. Battlemaster on the left side is going to face off against an Outpost. Prefer Google's position there, because the Outpost will obviously be able to take that down. And Outpost here will probably be able to take down that Flamer. The Flamer here from BoYkaH did get picked off as well. And Google is faster to expand to his third supply. Whereas BoYkaH is still kind of chilling. He's floating 2,500 just under 2,400. So I do prefer Google's position. He has expanded to a third supply a lot quicker. Got a bunker on the right side as well. But has he had to cut production of units to do that? It doesn't really look like it. It looks like he's got a similar amount of units. BoYkaH's going to need to do something pretty fast, because the longer Google's on a third supply, it's going to just catapult him into the second half of the game. He's going to be way, way ahead. But anything can happen in China Mirrors. That's one of the reasons why I like it. EMPs can change anything when you get super late game. It can change the course of the entire game. A Helix unexpectedly can change the course of the entire game. Whoever gets to level 3 fast enough, or faster than the opponent, usually gets a massive advantage as well. There's a sneaky Flamer down the left-hand side. The GAT is probably going to have to try and take that out early, because otherwise it may still get here and cause some damage. I think BoYkaH spotted it, and he's going to try and chip some damage off it before it gets too close, and I think he probably will succeed. Does need to move that GAT though. GAT's going to go down. Bad micro there, but he is controlling on the right side, I think, walking away from that bunker. So Google, what is he transitioning into? He's gone into Propaganda Center. Nobody going for the oils yet, but you can imagine that the Propaganda Center will probably lead to a Lotus being seen from Google, and then he will try and get the many oils on this map. There are 4 in total. Outpost versus Outpost, very, very nice. And BoYkaH's planted a TNT on side of on the side of an invisible Outpost. Of course, it wasn't invisible just then. Nice explosion. Flamer versus Flamer. Flamers can't hurt each other, just in case you're new to this game or whatever. Flamers cannot hurt each other. But of course, this bunker here, long range. It's actually a crazy range there. It's actually just hitting that Flamer from a distance. And I think Google's realized actually fully as well, and the Flamer is going to get picked off, I think, before it does get close to the building. Might get... Ooh. Insane. Does clear the building. Both quite even in terms of XP. Google's slightly ahead. Google has been kind of forced out of the middle, but he does have rather fast Overlord, and he's also got Inferno Cannons. I think they may be able to Firestorm with the help of the Speaker Tower, especially if he gets subliminal messaging. We'll pronounce that correctly, but he needs the Infernos, I think, to fire at the same time. This is a nice play from Google. It kind of forces BoYkaH to do something about it. I think, yeah, either Infernos yourself or Migs with Napalm would be good against this. So Google is by far and large winning this middle engagement now with the Infernos that are making all of the difference. BoYcaH is trying to hold on here with his own Infernos, but the outposts are getting too close and actually forcing BoYcaH back, because the outposts will just take out BoYcaH's Infernos. So yeah, this is really nice play from GooGle. I would say it's more of a strategic rather than a micro thing, although his micro's been pretty good. It's a strategy, isn't it? Basically, he's gone for the faster Overlords and the Infernos, and that's just completely caught BoYcaH off guard. BoYcaH not really expecting it, especially that fast. Yeah, BoYcaH's going to need to obviously do something about this at some point. Maybe transition into a Helix. I don't think a command center is the right thing to do right now because he's only on 700 XP. BoYcaH has managed actually to hold on. BoYcaH's now got a sneaky flamer here, but I don't think we saw GooGle. Did we see GooGle go for the Lotus? Where is the Lotus? Because he does have that oil on the left-hand side here. And BoYcaH's actually now somehow pulling this back. Not quite sure how he's doing that. Maybe GooGle has not been very good at following this up with anything. Because he kind of had that forward army, but then there's not kind of had anything behind that as well. So BoYcaH's seemingly winning this engagement just with sheer ECMs. Tank Hunters just spammed out of the barracks. And his own Infernos. GooGle's now coming in with the mine drop. Going to be right on top of the Infernos. That's bad. He probably just wants to keep him there, to be honest. It's a bad situation. The mine drop right on top of the Infernos. There's not really any way you can properly save him, especially in that position. Nice carpet there from GooGle. On top of the supply, does finish the supply as well. Loads of gats here from GooGle. Massive push now from GooGle. Loads of gas. He's reinforcing it with his own overlords again. But this time he still doesn't have the subliminal messaging upgrades. So whilst he says he's the king of China mirrors, and whilst he might win this game, no subliminal messaging from the overlord is a big difference, because it can make this army so much stronger. But it does look pretty good for him. And where's the nuke cannon firing from? Or was that just the power going down? I thought it was a nuke cannon. Yeah, it looks like GooGle's going to take this one. We'll take him to 3-1, I think. Carpet coming in from BoYcaH. This is what I mean. The support powers from China can suddenly even things out. But I just think GooGle is probably too far ahead at this point. BoYcaH does not really have anything now. Artillery coming across the map. It's going to be over here. GooGle is fully aware of what's coming though, so he's got the radar so he can see what's coming. GG from BoYcaH, 3-1 to GooGle. Well played to GooGle. Okay, so score is 3-1. Google's choosing Canyon of the Dead. Okay, matchup that suits BoYcaH here. I'm sure he will love this particular matchup. Maybe a chance to get revenge on the first game that he lost, or it's stealth against USA. Now we have BoYcaH as the red GLA versus Google's Cyan super weapon general. I still would love to fix the observer mode thing so I can see more of the screen, but I suppose we're just going to have to deal with that. So yeah, we've got BoYcaH. Oh, the red GLA. Probably going to do a similar build order to how he did in the first game where he was stealth. He's going to do 2 terrorists to the sides here, 2 supplies. He is... yeah, is he going to go for... Are the cars removed on V4? No. But has the tournament covered off whether they're allowed or not? How many's here? There's only 1 here, I think. Or no, is there 2? Can't remember how many cars there are, but that's an option for BoYcaH. But I don't know if they banned cars in the tournament, though. I don't know if that's in the rules. Because there is a car that could maybe pick off a dozer. There is 2 cars here as well, so if you had a GLA mirror, that would be kind of unfair. But I think that both players would be under the agreement not to use cars. But yeah, if you're using the map to its full potential, it is in balance for the top spot if you are GLA there. So yeah, dozer pushing forward. This is where the terror car would come in handy because you'd just be able to kill that dozer before it kills the worker. I think you'd probably get there or thereabouts and kill it. BoYcaH sadly does not finish his tunnel, but his first tech RPG will probably just drop off a worker and you'll probably get inside of that. You want to try and get inside of that tower because then that becomes a real focus point for Google. He has to at some point deal with that tower, otherwise BoYcaH will just counterattack as soon as Google moves out. 1 RPG inside of the building, and there is a worker down here as well. Worker also up here in this little village or city, whatever you want to call it. Probably more... it's not really a city, is it? Let's not exaggerate things. It's not a city. It's more like a shitty little burnt-out village, we can probably say. First technical from BoYcaH is now trying to get in the base of Google. I don't think he's going to succeed, though. He's going to have to run away. I think it's got a tech RPG inside of there. It might just be more of a distraction. Ooh. See what I mean about this tech terror and tech RPG combo? This is going to be the tech terror. He's going to pick off the barracks here. It does get it and kills a few missile defenders as well. So it's still a good start for BoYcaH. I still prefer BoYcaH's position. But Google already does have 3 Vs out. He hasn't lost any Vs. He's got an ambulance and a Hellfire drone. And he hasn't really lost his power. He's collecting off two supplies here. So... he is in a decent position considering the matchup, especially like this. If this pushes across the map, it might be a bit of a threat for BoYcaH. BoYcaH will have to make the classic decision. Do you want to go for a base trade? Or do you want to just try and deal with the Vs going across the map? Okay, you've got some first attack from BoYcaH here. Just pick off 1 V. Oh, he's got loads of RPGs inside of there as well. That was a nice delayed attack there from BoYcaH. I don't know if it was meant to unload the RPGs late or not, but he actually tricked Google into thinking he could probably win the engagement, but then released all of the RPGs, picked off everything apart from 1 V. That's a really phenomenal attack there from BoYcaH. It seems to be kind of the norm now. I see XCal doing it a lot, and now I'm seeing BoYcaH doing it, where you're bringing in more techs and more RPGs in one big attack, rather than like loads of little attacks. Like rather than do like a tech RPG, just drop off 2 here, 2 here, and eventually you lose it. People are doing more of a big attack, unloading the RPGs, picking off what they can, and that tends to do more damage overall. But the only thing you're not killing is the economy. The economy's still up and running for Google, but he does have a low V count. Quad here is going to harass. He's going to lose 1 V for that, actually. That's bad news for Google. I think he's going to lose this one. So far, looking that way anyway. Don't want to write him off too soon. Barracks just get picked off, and BoYcaH's trying to go for the dozer hunt. I think he does have a terrorist inside of there. Is he going to get it? Oh. Google probably going to type something there. Nice there from GooGle. Nicely played. Nice save. Sadly, BoYcaH was not as fast as he usually is with them Terratechs, actually. Someone told me, actually, I think he's put like the control key to a button on his mouse so he can do it faster, so he can basically click the terrorist and just click on the ground to detonate it faster. I think that's what he does. That's why his Terratechs are actually pretty good. BoYcaH coming in again, trying to hit this barracks again. Is that a tech RPG? Or is that just a distraction? That's actually got something inside of it. GooGle likes to draw the box around it, and if you can select it, it means it's got nothing inside of it. But if you can't select it, it's got something inside. It's good to know that sometimes, you know, if it's a distraction, if it's a fake or not. But BoYcaH is just roaming around, just keeping GooGle as busy as possible. BoYcaH, meanwhile, is on 3 supplies, getting his palace. BoYcaH is really delaying GooGle here. GooGle's stuck, kind of. He doesn't know what to do. He's going to have to deal with this technical, but what's he got inside of it? Is that a Terratech? It's got to be a Terratech. Oh! That was nicely played from BoYcaH. This is why he's winning a lot of high-level games lately. Really amazing attack. That was just... That was amazing from BoYcaH. Even I didn't know what he was going to do, and I'm observing.
You have been defeated.
It just kept GooGle busy enough, and until his Vs were like kind of out of position, kind of snuck in with all them techs. There's a masterclass there from BoYcaH. Real decent. But you got to remember, he was GLA against super weapons, so let's not make his ego too big. 3-2 is the score. All right, we're just waiting for BoYcaH to join. I believe it will be BoYcaH's map pick now. I don't know what he's going to pick, but maybe they do so. I might be doing some streams on Twitch over the weekend, possibly on different games, rather than 0 hour. So if you want to follow me on Twitch, I recommend you follow me there. Link is in the description. DoMiNaToR UK, all one word, on Twitch. So yeah, what new games? Yeah, Iron Harvest, which actually I might play some of that tonight. If you want to stay on the stream, you're welcome to. And then also some other completely different games. So like, there's a new game at the moment called New World. There's actually for that next like week and a half. It's an MMO game, so like World of Warcraft, but actually looks better though than World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft, obviously very old. I don't know if that's still one of the top games in the world played. But yeah, I'm going to start playing a couple of other games. 0 hour will still be the main game for now. But yeah, if you want to follow on Twitch, potentially might be doing some streams over there over the weekend. I'm off work on Monday, so Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I'm free to do stuff. Yeah, and if you enjoy these streams, you enjoy these challenges. Well, actually, this is not a challenge, it's a tournament. Remember to hit the like button. Help the so-called YouTube algorithm. But if possible, I will try and stream the grand finals of this. So XCal and Shay are also playing right now. And The winner of that will face off against the winner of this. This is the 2 semifinals. So yeah, if we get this stream to over 150 likes, then I'll volunteer to stream the grand final. How about that? Do we have a deal? BoYcaH's choosing Vendetta. One of the newer 1v1 maps, and I'm glad to see actually now we have a lot of ranked new maps as well. Firearm India, welcome, man. Bravo QR, welcome. China against USA. Okay, very nice. So we've got BoYcaH in the red with the China in the top. How beautiful the CC looks. And in the south we've got GooGle with the USA in the cyan. So, 2 supplies for GooGle. Looks like it's going to be the build order, and BoYcaH going to go for barracks, as well as 2 supplies. So you could probably say this is in favor of USA. You definitely would prefer USA here. But I have seen China win a few times on this map. I think it was mainly in the 1.06... No, sorry, the 1.04 plus tournament, though. Can you win China versus USA on this map with the regular patch 1.04? Waleed says Twitch is telling me that you are offline. Well, yeah, man, I'm going to be offline right now because I said there's going to be Twitch streams possibly on the weekend. Today is not the weekend. Today is Thursday. And we're here with this YouTube stream. But potentially over the weekend, I might do some streams on Twitch. That's why. Okay, so War Factory Barracks from BoYcaH. I think this is probably the strongest build order that China can do. He tends to drop down a lot of bunkers, though, in a lot of games, and he is doing that right now. He's going to try and hopefully get himself onto Napalm MiGs. That's how you're going to be winning against USA. Got an aggressive V straight away out of GooGle. Where's GooGle's drone? It's here right in the middle. And the first V is going to go straight across the map and keep this gap busy. BoYcaH's also going to try and go for the oils, it looks like. 2 gats here ready to chase away this V, but how many missile defenders are inside of that? I don't think there's many, actually, if any. Oh, there is like 4 inside of there, I think. That gat needs to run away now, and this V is going to try and pick off the red guards. It's going to keep GooGle busy a little bit, but BoYcaH really wants to get on an airfield and napalm MiGs as fast as possible. It kind of tips in the USA and China's favor once you get the napalm MiGs up, in my view. BoYcaH doing a really good job at holding on so far. He's on a 3rd supply, or getting on a 3rd supply quick. Brett said in the chat, why didn't I join the Dual Armies tournament? To be honest, it's because I was already in like 2 or 3 tournaments, and I started work at the same time, and I took like 2 or 3 holidays all at the same time, so I physically don't have the time to play in that many tournaments. That's the only reason why. So yeah, I had to just not sign up for one. Relax PS, welcome, man. Okay, so I think BoYcaH's still on 2 doses, but he is losing his 2 trucks here. 1 GAT did go down, but I think 1 V went down as well. BoYcaH's getting on 1 oil. That's going to help quite a bit, but BoYcaH's losing everything here on the left-hand side. It did pick off 3 tank hunters, though, and that V's going to be chased away. BoYcaH really needs to kill that missile defender and get back on his 2 trucks there. He's on 2,100, so he's in a decent position. GooGle doesn't have that many Vs out. I think he's not alternate collecting from the 2 piles here. I might be wrong. I don't think he is anymore. Tim Backer says, how about 61 likes and 2 dislikes? Do we have a deal? Oh, that's not going to quite cut it, to be honest. it's not going to cut it. I don't think we got a deal somehow. Arosa says BoYkaH's gone for a defensive build order as usual. Yeah, to be honest, I think I like it though, because if BoYkaH went for an aggressive build order and GooGle's micro was as good as normal and he held on, then with the aggressive strategy you're not going to really win. But if you get in this position now, which BoYkaH's in, he's getting that second oil as well. Remember, and he gets his napalm MiGs up now. I'd say it's in favor of GooGle. Probably does depend on how many Avengers GooGle gets out. He's going to need... It literally all comes down to the amount of MiGs out and the amount of Avengers. How is this attack going to go for GooGle as well? I can hear a TNT placed on something. It's actually Colonel Burton, which is a really popular unit for GooGle. He loves Colonel Burton. So GooGle's under a bit of a threat here, but he does have 2 Avengers out, and I think he's got probably just enough of these to defend against this. Search and Destroy does help massively, because you can outrange these. You just hit him a little bit, go back, hit him a little bit, go back. But Colonel Burton is going to cause big damage. It's a unit that some people forget to make, but as soon as you get a strategy center, you really want to be making Colonel Burton. Not only has he killed both foils, which is already worth it. This is bad by BoYkaH. I don't know if you want to attack into that. MiGs are coming across here. Going to probably pick off that dozer. That's a decent hit. But because the flashbangs, though, these are all getting killed. Colonel Burton is taking out an outpost here. This is where it tips. It's like literally just that Colonel Burton is such a strong unit that not everyone gets, like I was saying before. But as soon as you get a strategy center, if you can afford it and if it's not going to cost you the game, you do want to build Colonel Burton. Nice MiG hit there. Catches the Vs out of position from the Avengers. Real decent hit. And hopefully for BoYkaH, he wants to have picked off the Vs with the flashbangs inside it. It doesn't seem like he has, though, because there's still at least 1 flashbang inside of here. That makes him go down so fast. Don't know if he's got the... he does have MiG armor upgrade, actually. He's only on $200, though. Did he kill the Colonel Burton? Colonel Burton's still chilling over here. But he's going to get detected pretty soon because there is an outpost there. And GooGle wants to move out. He's using this time whilst BoYkaH is distracted. And he has killed Colonel Burton. So now BoYkaH can fully focus on this. So it literally comes down to this death ball. I mean, it sounds so simple. But it comes down to this engagement. If a MiG strike kills the majority of these here, or the majority of... yeah, mainly the majority of these. But it could also kill the majority of the Avengers. It all comes down to that. But if BoYkaH does one wrong strike and loses a load of MiGs, then it's probably GG. So it kind of comes down to this moment. BoYkaH has expanded to a left-hand side supply, and I don't think GooGle has realized about that. GooGle probably wants to make more empty Vs now at this point, because when the MiGs come in and do take out the Vs, the last thing you want is to have 5 missile defenders inside of them. GooGle's now going to realize what's going on this left side, and there is a gap being made. Don't know if he has the chain gun. Chain gun might be an idea, or more MiGs might be the better option. But there are only 2 Avengers here. Only 2 Avengers. What would be ideal for BoYkaH is if he attacks when the bunker is getting attacked. Oh, he's throwing away gats here, man. He's trying to pick off the Avenger. Is he going to get it? He's going to get it. Oh, that comes down to this attack. Oh, man. That's crazy, man. And he picked off the Avenger, which is the right thing to do, but then he messed up with the MiG attack, a little bit hesitant, kind of flying around, and now the MiG's airfield is under threat. If they get killed before they take off, then probably GG. Yeah, this is going to go in BoYkaH's favor. This death ball here is so hard to deal with once it breaks in like this. There's a Helix out as well, but that's going to get shot down by the Avengers as well as the tow missile. This army is just mental because the thing EA Games probably didn't really think about that much when they made this game. Maybe they rushed it out. BoYkaH just quits. Is that this army just kills everything. It kills tanks. It kills stealth units because of the drone. It kills infantry. It kills air units. It just kills everything because you've got the just the Vs alone. Never mind with the Avengers. With the Avengers, it just becomes insane. The only proper way to maybe deal with it would be Inferno Cannons, but again, they're expensive and they're so low HP. So yeah, it's imbalanced in favor of USA in my view. But BoYcaH did a good try there. Sadly, maybe you should have gone for the aggressive strat, like someone said in the chat. So yeah, 4-2 is the score. Guess what I'm picking? I think he's going to go for what's that really shit one that BoYcaH hates, man? Oh, what's it called? He really hates... There's a certain map that he really hates. It's a snow one. Wasteland Warlords. Oh, that map. Snow Aggression. What's it called, man? That really close... I need to play more Zero Out, man. I haven't been playing enough. What's that map called, man? I just need to check the map pool. I think he's going to choose this. Basic Destruction. Map pool. Is Basic Destruction in the list? No, it's not. Yeah, it is. So it's either this or Forgotten Battle. Arctic Lagoon. Does he hate Arctic Lagoon? Okay, so yeah, apparently the BoYcaH doesn't like this one. Got infantry against laser. I think BoYcaH's infantry is pretty good. I think he can win this. GooGle wants to veto it. Interesting. Doesn't like the infantry. Okay. It's not one of my favorite matchups, to be honest. Laser and Inf. I don't like to play either side of it. Best of 9, by the way. Yes, so first to win 5. Towley has actually agreed to sponsor these. So whilst it's semi-finals and the winner of this wouldn't normally get a prize, Towley actually agreed to put $100. Oh, man. Oh, GG. It's over. It's done. It's done, it's done, it's done. Yeah, Towley actually agreed to put up $100 to the winner of this, so GooGle's going to get an extra $100 by the looks of things if things go his way here. He has got Air Force in the south on Arctic Lagoon in the cyan colour, and then in the north we've got BoYcaH in the red with the USA vanilla. So let's see if BoYcaH is going to be able to pull off an upset in this matchup here. I would say it's probably massively in favour of GooGle. He's good with USA, never mind with his air against USA, but BoYcaH will be trying hard here. We do not need to write BoYcaH off right now. Nerty Well says, why am I choosing a bad map for BoYcaH? I wasn't choosing any map. I was just guessing what what Google was going to pick. I'm not choosing any map. I was just simply guessing. I was not choosing the map. Google chose the map. Okay, we've got a drop from Google. It's coming across. Big drop from BoYcaH as well. It's doing an aggressive barracks on the left side. And BoYcaH's dozer here is probably going to get laser locked, I would say. Yeah, it's gone down. Dozer does go down. So there's only one doze left for BoYcaH, and it is going to be on the left-hand side. BoYcaH is going to go for the oil capture, but I don't really like this build order because, like, BoYcaH doesn't have any aggression out on the map or anything. He's like, Google is in complete control. Drop here. He's going to take the V. I think he's going to take it out just in time. Just in time. Literally. We are talking... He was, like, literally at the bumper of that V. One Chinook does go down for BoYcaH. BoYcaH's pushing down this left-hand side with a load of missile defenders. He's going to regroup with his other missile defenders. And Google's here actually spotted the other dozer. Now, it is Google. He's just going to take out the main supply of BoYcaH. And BoYcaH's going to go for the oil capture, it looks like. So Google's only collecting on one supply. V going across the map. And Rosa says Google's only winning because of the army luck. To be honest, that's the thing with random. Like, if you I played BoYcaH in this tournament as well, and every single matchup that we played, even with the veto, in my view, suited BoYcaH. I had like laser against my nuke. I had air against USA. I had all kinds of horrible stuff. So it's just like that's the nature of a random game. I think the lesson is just to take matchups or agree to random reverse at least. So yeah, BoYcaH is kind of in trouble. He has got a big attack here with loads of ranges, but Google also has loads of ranges, and Google is going to probably come out on top here because BoYcaH was slow to attack at first. Looks like Google's units are going to vet up, and he's probably, he's going to come out on top here. And this V back at home is going to kill BoYcaH's base. Google's dozer does get laser locked, and BoYcaH is in the left-hand side down here. V does go down with a nice laser lock there from BoYcaH. Power getting rebuilt by Google, but Google is the one with the V. He's controlling the map. BoYcaH's had one oil so far. He's getting another oil now. Building a power plant down the left-hand side. Nice attack here from BoYcaH, but is it enough at this late stage? I'm not 100% sure. BoYcaH is now on a power plant. He's got that dozer. Sneaky V going around. He's killed the oil at the top. He's now going to kill the second oil. Ranger going down there as well. Google, has he lost both dozers? I think he has. BoYcaH needs to be careful here because he could lose that dozer. I think he's going to save it just. Yeah, he's going to save it just, but it would be nice if he gets on a supply, actually. If he gets on a supply and stops this V getting in, which I don't think he's going to do, so it's kind of irrelevant, but if he does, he could kind of stabilize here, but it's too late. I think Google's just got too much, and BoYcaH's just not got enough money here. So looking pretty bad for BoYcaH. BoYcaH's bringing back his missile defenders. I might laser lock that V there. I think he's going to get it, actually. Ooh, it does just escape. He's only got a little tiny bit of HP left. BoYcaH's still got the oil, but he's only got $325 left. Google's still fully collecting on 2 Chinooks, although he doesn't have a dozer, though. Probably wants to hit the battle drone. That barracks has gone down. Yeah, this is Google's game, I'm afraid. BoYcaH's going to try to survive here as long as he can. And that V is going to go down. But I just think it's too much. Like, Google could even just transition into a combat Chinook or whatever, fly in and pick off that dozer. BoYcaH's oil's gone down. He's only at $725. BoYcaH trying to hang in there as long as he can. There's a fair bit of infantry out, but I mean, he's not collecting any money, whilst GooGle is still collecting loads of money. So, yeah, it's just a real hard position. Feel sad for BoYcaH, but this did happen to me when I faced off against BoYcaH, so it's kind of a taste of his own medicine. But I think BoYcaH is one of the people who will agree to a matchup, so maybe that's just unfortunate for him here. I think he probably would have accepted matchups. Don't know who forced the random or not. So, yeah.
You have been defeated.
GG. Google's going to take that series. (5-2) is the score. So Google will now go on to face off against xCal, whoever won the other series. I won't spoil it, but they have been playing whilst this one has been going on. Nerdy Well says there's something wrong with the mic. There was the other day. I don't know if it still is now. The other day it was like a little bit crackly or a little bit hissy or something. So maybe there's something going on with the mic. But yeah, Google will now proceed to the grand finals of that tournament and face off against either xCal or Shay. I won't spoil that result, but yeah, Millard was streaming that on Twitch. Shall I show you the bracket? Actually, let me show you the bracket. I think the bracket will be okay for you to see right now. So I'll put the bracket up for you now. Okay, so here is the bracket. So originally there was kind of a group stage, and the bottom players from the group stage went on to play against for the 0 Hour Cup. So there is the bracket for the 0 Hour Cup. Roll, Sonic, Humanity, and then either Firelord or Asus. I'm predicting probably Asus will win that. Asus is a super strong player. And I think he'll win that whole thing, actually. Asus is just a beast, so maybe Asus against Roll or Asus against Sonic in the final. And then this is the other one, the Champions Cup. So yeah, I played against BoYcaH here. He beat me 5-2, and then Google's obviously just beat BoYcaH 5-2 there. Fargo against either xCal or Shay, the winner of that, and then the grand finals. So yeah, if you want me to stream the finals, let me know by hitting the like button on the stream. I am going to end the stream now. I'm going to take a break for a little bit. I might be back later with some other stuff, or might put up some videos. But yeah, I'm going to end the stream there. GG, well played to Google. Really well done. And then hopefully we'll be back with the grand finals very soon. So GG, hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you very soon.